Hi and hello everyone. For today's video, I plan to do a Lunar New Year inspired look. I've already got my base all set up, all squared away, only because I don't know what I'm gonna do with my eyes just yet. I was just kind of pulling a couple palettes and I was trying to go for kind of just red, not pinks, like red, and I'm kind of struggling a little bit, but we'll see. I kind of have an idea what I would like to do. I'm not sure it will get executed really well, but you know, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. I'm not sure. I was either thinking of kind of a halo eye, or just kind of just general smoky, but with. No, I'm gonna go with my regular idea. And see where that kind of takes us. So the palettes that I kind of pulled out, at least kind of the ones that have some reddish tones. Of course, we're gonna dive into modern Renaissance, and I already have a couple shades in mind. And also, there's this orange guy here, which I might use that as a kind of a crease shade. And this one right here, it's kind of more of like an orangey red. I mean, pulls a little bit more red in person, but with the lights, it looks kind of orange, right? So we're gonna make do. We're gonna make it work. I'm actually gonna go with this shade first and kind of use it as a crease shade. And I personally recently added Lunar New Year to kind of the festivities and holidays to kind of celebrate, only because I do it to kind of pay homage to my second great grandfather, who immigrated from Guangdong, China to Peru. And let me go ahead and get going with that story. So supposedly, allegedly, according to one of my aunties, around at the turn of the century, earlier 20th century, I believe. And the timeline kind of checks out, because this is around the time where a lot of migrant workers from China were kind of pouring into South America for the labor shortage at the time. And this shade is High Score, that middle one down here. So far, there's this database that kind of keeps track of parochial documents like marriage license, baptisms, death certificates. And through digging through, I ended up finding my grandparents' marriage license, marriage certificate. Then from there, I was able to find, let's see, so my grandparents, then my great-grandparent, at least on my father's side, because that's where our Chinese side comes from. I was able to find their marriage record, and from my great-grandma's marriage record, I was able to find her dad, and her dad was the one who immigrated from China. But it only showed his converted name, which was Aniceto Segarra. Now, apparently, and I haven't been able to look too much into it, but apparently around that same time, it could have been a couple years after he was already in Peru and working, the government was about to pull, or did pull, This is the Peruvian government. They're about to pull kind of something similar to the Chinese Exclusion Act that was going on in the United States. Because, they took my gerb. And somehow that really infuriated the owner, or el patron, right, of the ranch, hacienda, plantation, whatever he owned. Apparently that really upset him, because apparently the story goes that when he caught news of that, the government was looking to deport back these migrant workers, that really upset him. Apparently, what made him upset was that he didn't really feel like he had a say, and he was like, they're taking one of my best workers, and long and behold, my second great grandfather ends up getting adopted by him. So, which then kind of like makes me question, like, did he migrate when he was young, or did the plantation owner or whatever kind of pulled some strings to kind of get him to be a recognized adopted child, like adult child? I don't know. Apparently that's how that story went, and since this guy ended up adopting my great grandfather, it's how he ended up getting the last name Zagara. But as I've been trying to dig further back, I haven't been able to find. Kind of the big one would be the baptism record, which would show his converted name. And if there's any truth to that story, of course, if there's any truth to that story, that's really fucking wild. Saying that because of this guy, right? Because of this guy, this rich dude, or whoever who he may be, the fact that he wanted to keep him around and went to the lengths to adopt him and let him stay in Peru. If it wasn't for that, my grandfather's side on my maternal side would not exist. And to me, that's wild. That to me is really wild. I think I'm gonna go with game over, this one right here. I'm not sure if it's gonna pull as red as I want it, but we'll see. It kind of doesn't want to, but I mean, it's kind of there. Ooh, that looks more orange. But anyway, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. And I think it's just a really cool story, if it's true, I have to do some archive digging myself to whether I'll find that information, who knows. But yeah, just lucky chance. It's just gonna preserve that family line of mine, so that's cool. Let's see, I'm gonna go with red ochre here from the Storytime palette. I would love to learn Cantonese down the road, and I'm already intimidated by it since there's 9 tones? No, 7. 9. There's a lot. That's all I know. But I still think it would be cool to learn. I would love to get to know that region of China, which is basically kind of like that Hong Kong area. Well, let's take Venetian red, this guy right here, and see if that pulls a little bit more red. I mean, I'm not gonna be too bothered if it's kind of orangey. I mean, it kind of works. Now, this is kind of like the red dress that I have. I mean, sure, I have a couple red sweaters, but this is like red, like Lunar New Year red. I wish I had like, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, a chingosan. I would love to have one, but I'd rather it be like an actual silk dress, not like a polyester type dress. But I'm more inclined to wanting to get a hanfu. Because turns out, as I was kind of looking into this, because I end up finding myself into little research holes. Turns out like what's also known as the kipao or chipao, no kipao. Someone help me down in the comment. The only words I know is chifa, chaufa, and siya, which are actually words that Peruvians have adopted because we don't say Chinese restaurant, you know, restaurante de chino, we say chifa. When it comes to fried rice, we don't say arroz frito, we say chaufa. When it's actually a slight deviation of chaufan. And also when it comes to soy sauce, we don't say salsa de soya, we say sillao. And there's actually a little funny story with the sillao one. I might as well tell it now. So back when I was in college, and I was working at my school's help desk, or basically IT support, and I was just talking about literally the same thing on how Peruvians have kind of like fused some words or kind of borrowed some words. And when I explaining to my friend who's he was born in the States, but his family is from Vietnam, and when I said "sillao," he just looked and was like, "What you say?" Of course, I was showing him the spelling of S-I-L-L-A-O. It's also spelled S-I-Y-A-O. And he was like, dude, that's what soy sauce is in Vietnamese. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Very cool, though. One thing I will do, because I also like to kind of deepen my lower waterline just a smidget. Will I grab the right black pencil's a black pencil. Kind of just like to waterline my waterline. Like to line close to my waterline lash line here. I don't like to go deep into my waterline because then I'll just get my contacts dirty, and I don't like that. There's nothing more annoying than kind of getting like a bit of foundation, concealer in your contacts because it won't go away. You have to like take it off, and anyway. And just kind of soften it up with kind of backed with Venetian red. So this is going to be the tricky part. I hope this works. Okay, so what I'm hoping would work would be I would like to make a wing made out of glitter. I know, I'm being a little ambitious. So I'm going to use glitter glue here with a kind of a liner brush. This might totally bite me in the ass, but you know, I can always wipe it off and start over again, I guess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the glitter glue in the little brush, and I'm just gonna go as if I'm gonna like draw a wing with it. I'm hoping this works. I haven't tried this. If you have small eyes like I do, you're welcome to check out, and I'll put it down in the description box below. I call it the untutorial for monolids and hooded eyes. And I call it the untutorial because I'm not a makeup artist. I'm a makeup enthusiast. I like to play around. I like to have fun. But these are just like tricks that I do or to kind of accommodate my eye shape because I got tiny little eyes. Finally, this year I got some Lunar New Year decorations. I got some like couplets to kind of to hang. I also got like kind of a big one to put on my door. We're looking real cute. And again, it's just my way of paying homage to my second great grandfather. And I just wish, I mean, this also goes for my indigenous side too. I just wish the language was preserved. I'm kind of okay with like losing the customs. I mean, that's fine because I can always rediscover them like I'm doing now. But the language would have been so fun. And that's the other thing. And this is kind of like historian in me that I would love to know is like, did he feel pressured to assimilate? Did he not feel safe? Or that it was worthy to pass down the language to his descendants? I don't know. I really don't know his story. And another thing I'm curious is if I can trace his family tree and see how like any distant relatives are, if they're still in China. Maybe not, but who knows? Who knows? I do find genealogy fascinating. It was always kind of known in my family that we did have Chinese in us, but we never knew to the extent. And of course I spent my money on a DNA test kit, and because get this, yes, it might seem, actually there's nothing subtle about it. It might seem racist, that for example, like my nickname with my Peruvian family is China or Chinita, which always kind of annoyed me because it's like, if that's the case, but you have the double Chinese than I do. Come on, Auntie. Right, and it was kind of like my way to kind of stick it to them, and it's not like I'm ashamed of like or my Chinese ancestry. I mean, I look what I look like, but I was like, you know what? Let's see if we really have Chinese in us, and we do. And I almost felt like it was a waste of money, only because the stereotypes and the nuances like that my family has are clearly Asian. And I thought like cut fruit was a kind of Hispanic thing. Yeah, no, like my family, that's not, or at least the women in my family do not apologize. They apologize with cut fruit. And as like kind of silly as it may be, like growing up, because I moved to the United States when I was 7, and even throughout, like I just I guess I was just not vibing with the Mexicans in my community. I guess somehow naturally gravitated towards my Asian friends. Which is totally fine, because hey, when we did group work, we always got A's. So thanks, folks. I mean, I don't think I would have accepted anything less, but you know, see what I mean? I don't know, maybe I guess I was just a little too Asian or too Chinese for my Mexican friends. I don't know. I think the main reason why I naturally gravitated to my Asian friends is because the academic expectation for us was really, really high. And I'm not saying that like that's not the case for like Mexican families or anything, but I just didn't see that with like a lot of kids who were Mexican had that kind of pressure on them. So I think that's why my Asian friends and I just emotionally bonded with that trauma, I guess. So what I'm gonna do is, and I hope it works, is I'm gonna take the glitters from the this Thirsty palette. I'm gonna go with that gold one, this one right here. I really want to go with that gold one and see if it works. I'm not sure this is gonna work. I'm gonna ancestors help. Pray for me. Let's see if it sticks. Oh my god, it is working. Ooh, bitch! This was totally on the whim. Holy fuck! You see that? It totally fucking worked. Holy shit. Ooh, I am gagged. Oh, that's fucking cool. I just wish I had more pungent reds in my makeup. But you know what? We'll try this again next Lunar New Year. Alright, for the other eye. Oh, this is so cool. Alright, so moral of the story here. You don't need a glitter liner. You just take some glitter glue, have a glittery shade, and just slap it on top of there. Oh, this is so fucking cool. I had no idea this was gonna work. I thought this was gonna be shit. Oh, this is awesome. Yee! Okay, it worked. It worked. Okay. Alright. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes here. When was it? Was it last year? Might have been last year. Actually, it was last year. Last year was kind of like the first year we really celebrated Lunar New Year. And need a mascara. I wanted to get better at making dumplings, so I been a bonding cute little moment with me and my mom, and I kind of got stuff to do. To always kind of like do pot stickers and stuff like that. And as I was like trying to like, you know, be really careful with the pleating and the folding, right? My mom starts folding them and they start looking like little mini empanadas. And I'm like, no, we're supposed to, you know, pleat them. She was like, they're all gonna taste the same. I'm like, that's not the point. Which, like, I was just dying because, like, not long before that, I must have been like a month or so prior to that. I remember I was just scrolling on Instagram and I saw a reel. I'm trying to see if I can get this right. born, they're half Argentinian, half, no. They're half Peruvian, half Japanese, living in Argentina, and you were making dumplings and ended up looking a little mini empanadas. I think that was the case. I don't remember anymore. I just felt funny as shit. And if you're curious, this mascara is a little mini Marc Jacobs was a Velvet Noir volumizing mascara. Really good. And well, discontinued, no longer exists. Supposedly Marc Jacobs is supposed to come back this year. I'm looking because I like this mascara. And I'm curious when Marc Jacobs Beauty does come back, since they don't have a contract with Kendo anymore, which was the lab that was making their products. I wonder if they'll be available at Ulta if that's the case. I don't know. It would be interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna have to play a little switcheroo here because I stupidly used my brow stuff to kind of prop my phone here, and we make do what we got over here, okay? Hopefully that didn't mess things up too much. Alright. Actually, before I go with this, cause I'm gonna pop some of my shoes. Actually, yeah, I wear these ones. These ones are cute. And lately I've been really digging Ardell lashes. Mainly because they have them in 3/4 size. And which means I don't have to cut them. And yes, I mean I could just cut the regular big fat beefy ones, but I just like them to be symmetrical and wear my chompy chomps. My little clippy clips. Oh, there it is. Alright, so just again for another close-up here. Can I see I used glitter glue to kind of, with a little brush to kind of lay kind of like an outline, then kind of packet the glitter on there. I don't know, I'm kind of proud of it. Tee. Now I know what to do with other shades. Oh, that's right, I'm doing my brows. Focus. Surprisingly, my focus hasn't, well, actually not so my focus, or at least kind of like where my attention deviates, hasn't been that difficult to manage post Adderall, since I've officially weaned off of it. I had like a short-term plan with it anyway. I didn't really want to be on it for the long term, and that's just a personal choice. Ideally, I just wanted to work on acknowledging my habits and see how I can see if I can catch myself instead of just relying on medication. And it's hard. Especially now that with my time while I wait for a disability here, I've been volunteering at a couple local public schools with their music program since middle school music in my town here. It'd be rough. It'd be rough. Kind of reasons why I avoided going into ed, which is not a good thing to say. I mean, I would have loved to like do music, at least, you know, at the public school level, but it's just the shittiness of dealing with administration and trying to tell me that I don't know the needs of my students and trying to blame it on enrollment numbers. But it's like, well, what are you doing to like make it more equitable and accessible? And I just know I'd be fired so quick. And only because it would end up breaking my heart, because I would see 20, 30 of me in a sea of students and losing their disinterest and whatnot, because I, just trying to give them the appropriate time and attention and everything. And it's just hard. It's hard for adolescents, especially just at that awkward stage and everything. And if I'm being told by admin that I can't move the moon for my students, we're gonna have problems. and I've seen growing up administration being complete dickbags to like my teachers, and when they all want to do is just teach and teach what they're endorsed in. But ultimately, just because of the teacher shortage and everything, they're just gotta put them in situations, be like, hey, teach this grade, hey, teach that, hey, do this. And it's like, it's public school, man. Try to do better. Try to do better to service these students, because for a lot of them, it's like kind of the only escape that many have. And just the importance of the arts and everything, because I mean, I'm not going to get to like the statistics and everything, but the arts, for example, is music, theater, dance. It's what keeps kids out of trouble. And what's also really like hard in this day and age with the arts too, is because we're in the age of like, we just want that instant satisfaction, that instant gratification. And with the arts, just something you just can't really get right off the bat, because it really takes time, it takes patience, it takes discipline to start getting to that caliber, because we all start from somewhere. And that's how you get a lot of kids disinterested or start to lose interest and the heart for it, because they don't see themselves that they can grow, which they can, but how you're supposed to like grow and work on your art form when you're only given like 45 minutes twice a week. It's impossible. And the teachers that are sticking it out, like, y'all are the MVPs. I don't know how you guys do it. And I know like y'all love teaching and really being there for students, and I commend you for it. I would have cracked under the pressure, because I would have just felt so useless, and I hate that. I don't want to feel useless to my students. I don't, because then they'll just, I wanted to keep that spark alive with them. I digress. Alright, so pop some lashes on, and for lips. Alright, I'm actually gonna, because I haven't put it away, I still have the little cute little box for it. One of my Selena lipsticks, my MAC. And this was Como la Flor. Yeah! Como la Flor. Anyway. I have to take my little headband off here. Yes, hello. Yes. Stay in your lane, please. Stay in your lane. Nope. Okay, fine. It's gonna go the other way then. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do on my tiny little hairs, and I'm not gonna pull the hairspray just for that. So, this is kind of my little finished look here for a Lunar New Year. I'm hoping to get this up hopefully by tomorrow, which is on the 29th, Lunar New Year, right? Right? I was like looking for my phone. I was like, oh wait, I'm recording from my phone. So if you have small eyes like I do, hooded or monolid, video recommendation should be coming up on my untutorial. And we're super close to 50 followers. Again, thank you all so much. Look at me skyrocketing over here. No, I think it's really awesome, and just kind of pumping the material out there. And I'm almost done with my script for Ace Frehley, my little tattoo over here. And I'm almost done with that script. It's gonna be a good one. I'm hoping to also have include a cover of one of his tunes, Fractured Mirror, and I just hope that it's playable for me, because I'm having my partner arrange it for a string quartet, so a cello, viola, 2 violins, and I'm gonna have to be playing all parts. So I hope it's playable enough for me, but we'll see. If not, you know, no big deal, because it's a really cool tune, and the story behind it on how he got those sounds is actually really awesome. I cheese out and nerd out for shit like that. So pet reveal coming at 50 followers, then another pet reveal, and we'll push it to 100 subscribers. We'll push it to 50 for now, then 100 for the last pet reveal. I'm also really close to getting affiliate on Twitch, so if you want to nerd out with some Star Trek Online, feel free to follow me there. I should jump back on Stray, because I was really enjoying that. It was such a little cute, being a little cat. But alright, I'm gonna totally butcher this, so signing Philok, and I hope you all who are celebrate Lunar New Year, I hope you all have a joyous and Festivus, is that even a word? And eat your heart out for the new year, and hug those around you. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!